Alrighty, welcome to another Vintage Cube Draft here on my new YouTube channel. Ba-boom. Just got back from working out the body. Now it's time to work out the mind. Or something like that. In any case, let's flex those cube muscles and kick things off with maybe an Entomb. Search your library for a card, put it in the graveyard, then shuffle. This is the best card for Reanimator. If you knew you were in the Reanimator deck, if you were mandated to be such, I think this is the best pick one, pack one. Maybe obviously you'd still rather just have a Black Lotus or whatever, but assuming your Reanimator, Entomb is the best because it finds the big creature and puts it exactly where you want it. There's also Tolarian Academy, but I'm a little gun shy on taking this first because the cards that make Academy good are all the busted cards and you can't really have any guarantee of getting them. Could also take Fiery Confluence if you really wanted to draft mono red, but I'll start with Entomb. I don't mind me a nice Entomb. Second pick, a little less exciting. The best cards in this pack are Flicker Wisp if you were going to be white aggro or white mid-range. Flicker Wisp is actually really good. It's kind of an unassuming card, but this really works well with all the other good white cards, as well as just always having something it can do. Flicker your opponent's Chrome Mox or Mox Diamond and make them lose another card. You know, do an ETB, reset loyalty on a low Planeswalker, whatever. Speaking of Chrome Mox, also a great pick. Probably looking at Chrome Mox here, just fast mana is busted in the cube, and when every card is so powerful, it's okay to ditch a card to play a card earlier because you don't end up going through all the cards in your hand. Games usually don't go down to that. Vendilion Click is a possibility. Not a huge fan of taking a double blue card after taking Entomb, though Click is fine. If your mana works, you could play Click with Reanimator, or we could walk away from Entomb. We're not locked in. And there's a Tri-land. I don't mind the Triomes, but I think I'm just going to take the Chrome Mox. Chrome Mox is a really strong card, and I think that's just having Chrome Mox just makes it kind of enhances almost everything else you could be doing. Ooh, I like Atraxa Grand Unifier. This is actually, I think, the second best reanimation target. My current pick order for reanimation targets or sneak targets in the cube are Archon of Cruelty #1, Atraxa #2, Gristlebrand #3. With the asterisk that Emrakul the Aeon's Torn is actually better to literally sneak attack into play, but this works with like Exhume or Reanimate, whereas Emrakul doesn't. Atraxa just draws you like probably 4 to 6 cards on average and doesn't cost you any life and is still a giant life linker. So I don't mind taking Atraxa here. There's also the next best card is there's Giver of Runes, there's Fire Blast. You know, there's good cards that are just not really in our colors exactly or with our strategy. So like I'm not going to take a Fire Blast to go with these. So I'm taking the best card of the pack for me. Oh, this is another interesting pick. Library of Alexandria, a card I used to kind of be down on. I'm a lot higher on now. I find that you can draft enough cheap interaction to make Library good, and against some decks, just having it in your opening hand is just going to crush them, any slow deck. Force of Will is great, and Thoughtseize is also great. There's also an Underworld Breach, and as much as it pains me, especially already having Entomb, my guess is that Thoughtseize with what I already have might be the best pick here, though Library is also really tempting. I'm not going to take Force of Will. Certainly not going to take Expressive Iteration or Gaia's Cradle. So Thoughtseize, the best disruption for Reanimator that also you can just Thoughtseize yourself and discard a big creature. Yeah, I think taking Thoughtseize is pretty reasonable here. I wouldn't say Library is an unreasonable pick there either. Ooh, I'll probably just take Fatal Push. As far as removal goes, this is probably the best non-Swords to Plowshares removal, because it just costs 1 mana and kills almost anything you care about, especially with like a fetch land, which I also take pretty highly. There's not much competition here. I mean, Raphelos is one of the best cards, except that I think that Mono Green's actually not that good. Council's Judgment's very good, but clearly not going to take it with what we have. Same with Thraben Inspector. And also I like Tide Hollow Sculler. It's a good card in some decks, but I think this is a pretty easy Fatal Push. And we've got a really nice low curve here. This pack I'm less thrilled with. I don't find Shriek Maw to be very good. Yeah, it's a 2 mana removal or a 5 mana card advantage removal, but Shriek Maw has just been kind of medium. Not being able to kill artifacts or black creatures is a pretty big drawback. You can't kill their Dark Confidant or Deathrite Shaman. There's Deceiver Exarch. You could do a Reanimate Twin. There's also Chain Lightning, and I'm actually kind of leaning towards Chain Lightning. Red-Black Reanimator is a fine place to be. Faithless Looting is really good. Fable the Mirror Breaker, you know, those cards are all good. And then 1 mana interaction that can kill opposing Thalias or, you know, just Lelia when they play it on turn 3 is pretty good. I just don't think missing Shriek Maw is a big deal, and I don't think I'd want to take Balance. I'd rather have Chain Lightning. Okay, that actually probably leads nicely into Goblin Rabble Master here. Nahiri is a possibility because it does have the discard mode, but again, I don't want to take a red-white card when I want to have mostly black cards in my deck. I mean, I'd rather just be taking black cards here, but that currently isn't an option. And Rabble Master is also a great combo with Chrome Mox and with Thoughtseize. Turn 1 Thoughtseize, turn 2 Rabble Master is just a really good start, so I think this is okay. Okay, perfect. Now we're just going to take Daretti. We could be red-black mid-range. You might think I'm joking, but red-black mid-range with a reanimation like package is totally fine. Custodian Lich is also fine, but at 5 mana can be a little clunky. I think Daretti is just always great. There's also a Phantasmal Image and a Loran and an Oath of Druids, but I don't think that's where we're at. So Relic of Progenitus for the sideboard against opposing Reanimator decks. There's also Lingering Souls, and if we end up Mardu, that's also fine. Lingering Souls has some nice combos with discard. It's a powerful card. If you play against mono red or mono white and you cast Lingering Souls, that actually ends up being pretty good. So I think I'll take Lingering Souls over Winds of Abandon, and we're clearly not Ember Cleaving here. Okay, this is actually a decision. I'm not going to take the Flickerous, though it wheeling does mean that white is open. I have a good start on red-black. I don't think taking a double white card is necessary. I could take Burst Lightning. I'd be totally fine with that, though I already do have Fatal Push and Chain Lightning. I might actually just take Jadar, Ghoul Caller of Nephalia. This is 2 mana for a 1/1 that makes a 2/2 token every turn. And of course, the token dies every turn when you attack with it, so it makes another. Jadar leads me down the path of maybe Red-Black Sacrifice, which is a deck I've been wanting to draft, and we've got a good start to it. Wow, Giver of Runes is still there. Clearly no one's drafting red. I might just take the Fire Blast, even though I'm not that likely to play it, just because if we end up in red, that's totally fine with me. I don't really care about Elspeth or Horizon Canopy. The best card by far is Expressive Iteration, and I'm really surprised it's still here. I think it's enough better than Rekindling Phoenix. Even though Rekindling Phoenix has sack outlets, it's a 4 mana spell. I don't need to do that. Ooh, I will take the Gargadon though. Yeah, if we're going to go Sacrifice, Gargadon is the way to go. I do like Chandra too, but 4 mana spells are just so replaceable. All right, Karplusan Forest could be something for us. And we're not going to play Pyretic Ritual. Okay, this is a good start, and ooh, we opened some good cards. Okay, so let's actually spread this out a little bit differently. Got to have my artifacts there, because we're taking a 0 mana artifact here. There's Mana Crypt and Mox Sapphire. There's also a Sneak that might wheel. Oh, and a Ragavan. Wow, this is a loaded pack, and a Mana Leak, and a Necromancy, and a Baleful Strix. I'm leaning towards Mox Sapphire for a couple reasons. One, we have an Expressive Iteration. We might wheel Baleful Strix. It wouldn't be crazy if we ended up in like Grixis. You know, we're not locked into white at all. The other is that taking 1.5 damage to turn off Mana Crypt, I mean, that is a real drawback. There are matchups where you really do get punished for that. And the extra mana, I just think a Mox, if I knew this was straight up off color, I'd probably take Mana Crypt. But I think there's enough of a chance this is on color that nudges it towards Mox Sapphire's direction. What else is going to be back? Like 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we're probably not going to wheel Baleful Strix, but it is a possibility. Expressive Iteration did wheel. I mean, who knows, right? All right, now we're just easily slamming Reanimate here because we do have this Entomb, we do have this Atraxa. None of the other stuff that we're drafting has led us away from Reanimate being decent, and we definitely wheel Goblin Bombardment, maybe Bone Shards, probably not Watery Grave or Golos. Also, we're obviously not wheeling Palace Jailer, but that's okay. We're not going that direction. All right, Entomb is a good pickup there. Ooh, now there's Faithless Looting, which is good with the Reanimate strategy, but honestly, I think I might just take Dauthi Voidwalker. This card's really powerful. If you end up with a heavy black mana base, which we certainly are, just getting to play this and have it play a free spell later or clock the opponent for 3 a turn, also turns off all their graveyard stuff, sounds great to me. Faithless Looting, that table's a good amount of the time, and honestly, it's not a big deal if you don't get it. So black, I think, is open, so we should draft a heavy black deck. And here we go. Our government-mandated Bone Crusher Giant is one option. Shock plus a 4/3 is actually still pretty good in Cube. It's a good card. Probably in for Smuggler's Copter, though. We're going to have enough creatures. Copter's a really powerful card. I mean, turn 1 Thoughtseize, turn 2 Smuggler's Copter, turn 3 Lingering Souls or Voidwalker, Jadar, anything to crew the Copter. It's a great start. It even discards Atraxa for value. So yeah, I'm going to pass on the Bone Crusher for Smuggler's Copterino. Oh, this is another hard pick because on the one hand we have Badlands, and that would be perfect. We're red-black, right? This makes all the fetches work. It just adds both colors of our primary colors. There's also Lurrus of the Dream Den. We have 3 cheap creatures already. Yeah, Lurrus is kind of an expensive spell. We don't have tons of stuff. Let's just take the mana card. Badlands is going to be it's going to make our mana so much better. Ooh, I'm going to take Ophiomancer here. I like Vampire Hexmage if you get Dark Depths, because this is also kind of a playable card by itself. It kills a Planeswalker, is a 2/1 first strike. But if we have Ophiomancer, we are set up for red-black sack, and still TBD on this Lingering Souls or Iteration. But look, we've got Jadar, Rabblemaster, now Ophiomancer, Daretti. 4 ways to make tokens. Sack them to Gargadon. Daretti is also a sack outlet. You can sack artifacts to it. Yeah, this is a good thing. And also against aggressive decks, Ophiomancer is just fantastic. You know, normal me is always taking Lotus Petal, but here I'm not going to take Lotus Petal. There's Collective Brutality. There's Emrakul, but we don't have Shallow Grave or Sneak. We might wheel Sneak, but I don't think I want to count on it. There's also Magda, which is fantastic. When you play Magda on turn 1, thanks to these, it's just such a strong card. You just get to make a treasure token every turn. I like Collective Brutality too, but I think I'm not going to be all in Reanimator where I have 4 or 5 fatties. I think I'm just going to mostly rely on Entomb, and I think Magda is really strong. Fallen Shinobi is also good, but I should start with as much red-black stuff as possible. Braids. You know, Braids has her moments, but I still don't think she's a very good card. Fiend Artisan, I think, has always been bad, but I'm actually pretty interested in this Chandra. So making 2 elementals is obviously good for sacrifice, but also you can -2 Chandra to cast an instant or sorcery with mana value 3 or less. You have to play the mana still, but when I have Entomb, Reanimate, Fatal Push, Thoughtseize, and Chain Lightning, I have 5 1-drop spells. On 4 mana, Chandra minus Thoughtseize or Chandra minus Fatal Push. That's actually pretty good. All right, let's do that. Baleful Strix did wheel. I'm a little surprised, and it's still plenty better than Graveyard Trespasser. Take the Baleful Strix. Goblin Bombardment wheeled. Faithless Looting did not, but that's okay. We're interested in Goblin Bombardment here. Over Brainstorm even, and Echo of Eons. I don't want to hear about this Storm deck. We're not Spell Seekering, I don't think. I mean, it does get either Reanimate combo card, or Thoughtseize or Chain Lightning or Fatal Push. That's still kind of slow. There's also Monastery Swiftspear, which wouldn't be crazy in this deck. There's also blue, black, green land. I think Zagoth Triumph. I do want to play blue cards, and I want a little bit of fixing. Oh, Bone Crusher wheeled. Yeah, red's really open. Okay. Red and black are both open. Oh, Lurrus wheeled. And we picked up Baleful Strix and Magda. All right, I'm feeling really good about this. I don't know if red-black sack is actually good, but it is open. Both colors are open here. I think the Lingering Souls probably can be out. If this was a Mardu Triumph, I'd be tempted, but I've got a Baleful Strix, and Iteration is great with all these cheap cards, multiple zeros. Let's take Mutavault. Might actually, if my mana's good enough, I'll play Mutavault. All right, this is a nice start. Oh, and we picked up Fable of the Mirror Breaker. This card, look, if you have played any constructed format or cube since this card's come out, you'll know how good this card is. It makes a 2/2 that makes tokens. It lets you Faithless Looting, and then it gives you a mini Kiki-Jiki. Well, same stats, but you have to pay 1 to use it. Perfect with everything we've got going. Probably won't wheel him to Turok, but if we did, it'd be nice. Hangerback's also a card I think we could wheel and I would play. Speaking of Kiki, this is probably going to be an easy Marsh Flats. This is a tri-land for our colors. Gets untapped red or black, also gets blue. I actually do want Meathook Massacre. I wouldn't mind Dismember. I probably wouldn't play Thief of Sanity because I have all these 3s, though look at how good this Chrome Mox is going to be. Chrome Mox is costs you an extra card, right? It's a 2-for-1 in the opponent's favor. But if your curve starts and stops around 3, it's actually perfect because you can throw away an extra card because you don't need tons and tons of resources to cast all your spells. All right, we're going to take Marsh Flats and keep going here. I don't think we're breaching here. This is not the place to be. There's Snuff Out and there's Direfleet Daredevil. Hallowed Fountain, I guess I'd play to make this untapped blue and also would unlock Lingering Souls, but I think I just take Snuff Out. Snuff Out is so efficient. It's 0 mana, kills almost anything. Yeah, it's just a really, really strong card. I wouldn't mind one more reanimate target, because at this point, if we draw Atraxa, Entomb kind of turns off. Oh, Lelia the Blade Reforged. All right, 3-drop dot deck. If we're lucky, we'll wheel Yawgmoth. Yawgmoth's really good in this deck, but we already have the Goblin Bombardment, and Lelia is just a fantastic card. When you just play Lelia off a Mox, you just run them over. This is already too many playables. I might have to cut one of the 3s. Chandra, Acolyte of Flame is looking like my worst one. It's really good with Goblin Bombardment, but all my other 3s are probably better. I mean, you could count Bone Crusher as a 2-mana spell, I guess. But I think, oh, we have Duretti on 3 also. That actually should, according to my advanced sorting capabilities. All right, well, there's Mana Drain, but we're not doing that. There's Robber of the Rich, Figure of Destiny, but then, Will Strider? No, that's not what I'm talking about. But boom, Mayhem Devil. When you sack a permanent, or when any player sacks a permanent, it pings for 1. Great with Goblin Bombardment and great with Greater Gargadon. These are just fireballs for tons of damage. So we were hoping for Mayhem Devil. We knew we'd get it late. We got it. Even 5th pick, like I could have gotten this card 8th pick. No one would have taken it except me. But I can't afford for it not to wheel. Here, what do we have? Oh, Savai Triome is pretty nice at making Lingering Souls a card if I want Lingering Souls. Caracas is nice because I have Magda, Luris, and Lelia. And Jadar. I have 4 legends. None of them are that good to bounce, like intrinsically, but protecting them is good, and it just randomly hoses opposing legends. I actually think I'd do that, because look, I don't need to play Lingering Souls. It'd be okay in this deck, but I already have a fetchable red-black land, and Caracas is just busted. I mean, I guess I could also just play Lingering Souls off Caracas if I needed to. The Brain Freeze, the Yagua. That's not me. That's a different thing. All right, there's Beaumont Courier. I don't mind Beaumont Courier. I don't think I'm going to play Duretti Scrap Savant. That's not this deck. Do I want Thalia is the question. I have a lot of spells, so Thalia is a little awkward, but there's some decks that can't beat a Thalia. I don't think Beaumont Courier is that great, though. It is kind of nice as just a 1-drop that, let's see, right now, I don't even really need to cut much right now because of the 2 Moxes kind of count as land. Would I rather side in Thalia or cast Beaumont? I think cast Beaumont Courier. Wow, that's a late Shieldred. We'll take it. Caracas also nice at protecting Shieldred. Late Jace's as well. And Cabal Therapy, that's a funny one. That one's not going to be in the cube for too long. Oh, Hymn to Turok Wheeled. I'll take it. Don't need Bayou. And now we're going to have to cut some cards. Meathook Massacre is interesting. I guess it's kind of awkward because I have so many small creatures. I don't think I'm going to play Tithe Taker. The question is, do I want Wear Tear or Mizium Mortars? I actually guess it's Wear Tear. I have a lot of creature removal, so I'll take Wear Tear as a sideboard card. Direfleet Daredevil is a really good sideboard card. It'd be good against us, too. Shieldred also gives me a second creature that's not, like, embarrassing to Entomb Reanimate. Oh, Yawgmoth Wheeled? Okay, well, we got the red-black sack deck. I'm happy with this Caracas pick, too. The Beaumont Courier is not making it in. So currently we're playing 14 land. Obviously, that's not what we're going to end up doing. Robber of the Rich is also... I'm not going to end up playing Robber of the Rich. Dreadbore is interesting, too. This is tough. We have too many playables. I'm probably going to have to cut Expressive Iteration. I think I will play Baleful Strix because I have basically 3 sources of blue mana at pretty low cost, but Expressive Iteration isn't good enough to have it be stuck in our hand some amount of the time. Okay, so that's a 1-drop. These are kind of creatures. Honestly, I might have to cut Luris. It's nice at... Oh, I can cut Robber of the Rich, too. It's nice at replaying these 5 cards. All my 3s are insane, so I think I do that. I might cut Bone Crusher as well. I like Bone Crusher Giant, but I'm just not going to cut Lelia. Mayhem Devil's crazy good in this deck. Fable, like any of the token-making stuff, I think is just going to be so good with all my synergies. And when it comes to Bone Crusher, I have a lot of removal. I probably next have to cut a removal spell because any creature I cut kind of makes a lot of my cards worse. Do I cut Goblin Bombardment? What actually? It sounds strange because obviously I have Mayhem Devil and like that's pretty good along with like a free creature, a bunch of free creatures, free creatures, you know, cheap material, more stuff. But I have Greater Gargadon, which I think is going to be really good. This just comes in for 1 mana. If you draw it early enough, it's just not much of a cost to get it going because it ticks down 1 per turn naturally, and then you just speed it up when you need to. Right now I have Yawgmoth and Gargadon as ways to just throw my whole board at them. I mean, those don't go to the face like Bombardment, but these are also just cards in and of themselves, whereas this is only a sack outlet. I also have Duretti as a sacrifice card. I mean, there's a chance I don't want a Troxa, but look, I've got a Reanimate to reanimate it. Actually, I didn't end up with any other animation spells. I didn't wheel Necromancy. I didn't pick up Animate Dead. Maybe I just cut Entomb and Atroxa. I keep the Bombardment. I put back in Lurrus. And now I either play Beaumont Courier, Robber of the Rich, Bone Crusher. It could be worth considering Lingering Souls with Caracas, Marsh Flats, and a Plains. I'd have 3 sources. Plus, if I discard it to Fable of the Mirror Breaker. I think with the Moxen and stuff, maybe I just play Robber of the Rich. Oh, or I just don't play any of those and just play Lurrus. This 7/3 drops. Maybe I just don't play Lurrus and I play Robber just to make my curve better. Because again, I don't think Bone Crusher is necessary with Chain Lightning, Fatal Push, Dreadbore, Bombardment, Snuff Out. I have a lot of removal spells. Robber's good against control decks. Yeah, Robber's a solid card, and I think the curve wants to be a little lower. Okay, yeah, cutting the reanimation stuff is actually good. All right. And we have 1 blue card that will play off a Mox Sapphire, a Marsh Flats, and a Zagoth Triome. Yeah, that sounds totally fine to me. It is just such a good card, and I'm already going to play a Mox. So playing a Zagoth Triome and I'm already going to play Marsh Flats. Playing a Zagoth Triome is not a huge cost. It's that or just play Direfleet Daredevil. There's also Chandra. There's also Fire Blast. Maybe I should just play Fire Blast. Also, you sacrifice 2 mounds, it double triggers Mayhem Devil. You know what? Baleful Strix, you're getting out. Tapland, you're getting out. I'm playing 2 colors now. I'm going to play Caracas as a colorless land. Also, so I have 2 colorless lands, Mox Sapphire and Caracas, 2 bad lands. Yeah, I'm going to play the Fire Blast, I think. I don't think I can afford to play Mutavault given the 2 colorless lands already, but this is actually a pretty cool reanimate deck. So 6/6, that leaves me with basically 9 of each because I'm counting, these 2 are both black-red, and I'm counting Chromox as black-red because it will often be the color I need it to be, or in the case of these gold cards, maybe both. All right, I mean, if this red-black sack deck doesn't work out, then it will make me more skeptical of the archetype because look, I've got Jadar, Ophiomancer, Fable, Rabble Master, Duretti as ways to make tokens. I've got Mayhem Devil to pay me for sacrificing, and Yawgmoth, Gargadon, Bombardment to sacrifice. That seems like this is what this deck's trying to do, so we'll see, right? All right. Round 1 on the draw here. As usual, Mox Sapphire, the card I want to see most of my opening hand, though not like this Mox. Oh, Reanimate's a good value card, by the way. The reason I didn't cut that, I know I never mentioned that. Well, I have to mulligan this hand, unfortunately. Okay, I will keep this hand, and I think I'm leaning towards putting one of the 2 removal spells back, probably the Dreadbore. I think Reanimate with a Fatal Push is a pretty good combination. Yeah, let's do that. I'm also wary of keeping 2 removal spells. Clearly, I'm not putting back either land, Robber, or Mayhem Devil, so it's, do I put back a removal spell or a Reanimate? And I think I'm kind of glad that I did that. Against white, Reanimate could be pretty good, though removal would have been decent too. Oh, no plays, huh? Well, I mulligan, so I have less cards in hand. That's just a tight play, you know. Okay, Roberto. Can I hit a Mox? I had an Elish Norn, Mother of Machines. Okay. Well, it's a good start because I might have mulliganed, but they didn't play a card in the first 2 turns. Oh, Ancient Tomb is going to be really good for them. Now I'm wishing I had Dreadbore still. Okay. Hero of Bladehold. Well, let's just play Fable the Mirror Breaker, and then next turn we can kill the hero. We're going to take some damage first, but that's okay. Next turn I could also play Elish Norn off Robber of the Rich if I draw a land and they don't do something to stop me. I also could double block the Hero of Bladehold. I kind of like that play. Look, they didn't have removal for white-white when I played Robber. If they had a Swords to Plowshares, they would have used it, or Dismember. They wouldn't have used Path necessarily, but the only thing that really goes wrong is, I mean, if they have one of those 3 removal spells, all right, I'm willing to do this, because they're obviously going to attack whether they have removal or not. And they should kill... I guess I'm happy. Oh, they have a spell. No. They had the Dismember. Yeah, that's brutal. I still stand by them not having it before, because you don't let the Robber hit you if you do, but this has now gone downhill fast. Okay. I'm not dead yet, but it's going to be tough. I will use this ability. I'm going to discard Shieldred because I'm going to reanimate it. And they're at 10. I'm at 16. I think just Shieldred, funnily enough. Ugh. Really didn't want to draw Yawgmoth there. And I suspend this. Now I'm in a lot of trouble. I was hoping to draw a black source, but I don't think I could discard the Fatal Push. Because if I drew a black source, I could sack a land to Greater Gargadon and then Fatal Push. Wasteland? Okay. That's unfortunate, but not the end of the world. They're effectively at 6. They're at 4. Oh man, they're going to Solitude me now. Yeah, they've had all the answers here. This was an unfortunate turn of events. I'm letting that resolve because I need to gain the life, though I think I'm dead. I'm at way too few. Yeah, there's not really any way for me to come back here. Okay. This doesn't seem like a bad matchup, and I definitely want the Bone Crusher, but obviously that didn't work out great. I think I can take out Fire Blast. I want the removal spells, and it's not like I'm racing them quite as much. Don't want Entomb, don't want Dire Fleet. Yeah. All right. Let's see how this works out. I think Hymn to Turok on the play is still probably fine. I could consider cutting it on the draw. Okay, this hand's good. Hand has a lot of the stuff I want. I still maintain that if they hadn't drawn that Dismember, I would have been in good shape. It's possible they had it when I had the Robber, but that's just such a crazy play to make that I kind of assumed they didn't do that. Let's do Robber again, because you never know. You could hit something good, right? You hit a Mox or something. Mother of Runes. Oh, okay. That's a really good reward if I can get through next turn. Well, you don't actually have to get through. You just have to have attacked with it. I mean, if they play a 2-drop and I kill it and attack, that'd be pretty nice. What do I do here? There's a lot of options, because right now they're representing Mishra's Factory. But you know what? I don't think they're going to Mishra's Factory here. If they do, then I get to Fatal Push them. This lets me play a Mother of the Runes, which is such a good card here. Oh my god, they're going to do this? Okay, that's this game is basically over now. And there's a Selfless Spirit too. Okay, so now I think I go land, Mother of Runes, Chrome Mox. I'm going to exile Jadar here and just cast Selfless Spirit. I mean, they're down to 1 land and I have 4 land and 3 creatures in play. Against red-black, animating Mishra's Factory when I on the board chose to attack with it is it's ambitious. Ambitious is a good word for that. But that's none of my business. Lotus Petal, okay. Lotus Petal can be good in these mono-white decks when you're Lotus Petaling out like White Plume Adventure or something. Well, Lotus Petaling out Skyclave is not like that great. Yeah, sure. Your Mother Rune's down. They have 5 cards in hand, so the Robber is still on. And I'm going to play Lelia the Blade Reforged this turn. Like, I'm just going to have banger plays every turn here. Also, the Robber is not even going to die this turn. I'm going to sack the Selfless Spirit, most likely. Oh, are they thinking of casting Solitude. That is unfortunate. Do I still want a Lelia? I mean, I guess so. Actually, I should... It's actually correct to play the Mox here, because that way I can cast Lelia with double black up in case... If I turn over him to Turok, it would be really bad if I hadn't played the Mox. Yeah, they're going to Solitude my Lelia. I can't do anything about it. See, just even that pause there really shows what they've got going. Okay, they have 3 cards in hand. I'm still low on cards for Robber. Hit a 2-drop. Oh, hit a Giver of Runes. You love to see it. This Robber of the Rich is really going the distance here. Oh, they didn't even trade for Selfless Spirit. Interesting. All right. Selfless Spirit won't save Robber from exile effects or dismember, but this is why. Now they're going to kill the Robber of the Rich. Okay. I get a 1/1 at least. Well, I mean, technically they might not kill Robber. They might kill Giver of Runes, because the Robber doesn't actually have a good attack here. But all right, let's go. So now what I can do, though, is I can go Mayhem Devil. They have 2 cards, so Robber gets its due. And then I attack with Roberto, hoping to hit a card here. Elspeth Sun's Champion. Oh, that's actually going to be really good, because what I'm going to do is they're going to block with the 3/3. I'm going to sack Selfless Spirit, ping the 3/3. Robber gets indestructible, and then Selfless Spirit pings that. That goes down. Now, if they don't have a way to kill Robber, I'm going to get to cast Elspeth next turn, even if the Robber dies, which currently it's not even going to. Elspeth's going to be great. Come on, don't have Palace Jailer. Don't have Palace Jailer. Oh. You got to be kidding me. Okay. And every single... They didn't... Oh, they exiled... They did the wrong one. I don't think they realize what's going to happen here. It's not until end of turn. This isn't Ragavan. Oh, that was actually a huge misstep on their part. I actually think I might be back in it because of that alone. All right, let's hit with Robber. I even get another bite at the apple. Oh, a path? Interesting. Well, oh, and they still didn't block with the Palace Jailer. You know, Palace Jailer dying doesn't bring back the Mayhem Devil. Elspeth, make 3 soldiers. Now I'm going to be able to get the Monarchy back. I think I was just toast if they killed the Mayhem Devil. Like, it would have been really hard for, or the Robber rather. Now, I mean, obviously I don't necessarily get to take the Monarchy back, but there's a path. The Robber of the Rich is just the stone MVP here. Yeah, they threw it. If you watch Succession, like Kendall said to Roman, you beefed it. Well, he didn't say beef, but I think you get the idea. Okay. Their deck's good. They just have the great white card every point of the curve. I think if they didn't try to block with Mishra's Factory, they would have had a lot easier time that game. And I think that if they exiled the right card with Palace Jailer, they probably would have won. But we take those. Does this make me want Baleful Strix or Lingering Souls? It doesn't really make me want Atraxa if they have ways to deal with it. Him on the draw, I think might be... God, it's so good when it's good, though. We're playing a decently long game. Robber and Magda, I think, are still good. Yeah, I mean, I really do like all the cards I have here. And if I were to play Lingering Souls, I would want to play 1 Plains, then I have 3 white sources. But what card would I cut as well to go along with it? I don't think I want to cut Thoughtseize or him. Their good cards cost 3-4 mana. Like, this isn't a straight up race, you know. All right, fantastic hand again. Wow, I'm feeling good about this. And they're mulliganing. They've got to have a good hand to compete with this, because I have a 1 mana kill spell and a 0 mana kill spell. Copter into Fable is such a good opener. I could also play Robber, but we'll have to see what the sitch is. If they don't have a 1-drop, I really like my chances here. All right, Jadar is the least good of the 3 2-drops probably, but... So, ironically, I do want them to have a 2-drop so I can use my mana this turn, get a card out of their hand. But if they don't have one, they don't have one. Oh, is this Porcelain Legionnaire? All right, well, that does mean I don't get to Fatal Push it, but I do get to snuff it out. Let's go Copter, because even if I snuff out the Porcelain Legionnaire, I don't get to robber them because they're down to 4 cards in hand. I'm probably going to snuff it out. There's really no point in waiting. All it opens the door for is them to like ephemerate me or mana tithe me. So let's just kill it. Because I even have Dreadbore and Fatal Push to kill the bigger things. Obviously, if they go Skyclave into Palace Jailer, that's still going to be tough for me. But here, if it looks like I'm going to miss my 3rd land drop, I'm going to Jadar here. Okay, Sword. Oh, I do like them drawing that because I just have a lot of ways to kill their stuff. Now it's just going to be easy street here. Fable. Probably, despite Robber's excellent performance last game, probably getting discarded here. They have 3 cards in hand. Yeah, Robber of the Rich, I think, is... Not this game. Not this game, Robber. You did good. Just rest on your laurels. I guess it is dangerous if they play a 2-drop and equip Sword to it, but okay, they didn't have that. And they didn't Rashad and Port me. Okay. I'm going to discard Jadar and Swamp, actually. I guess I'm glad I discarded the Swamp. Let's go Duretti. It doesn't really matter how I tap that much, but leaving a non-basic open is good. So here, if they have Restoration Angel, I'm going to snap them off here. It's actually going to be great. Because look, I'm going to +1. This can also kill the sword. I can -1, it kills artifacts. Crew the Copter with the Construct. And then if I get to attack with the Goblin Shaman, I make a treasure. And if they play Restoration Angel, which I think is the card they're most likely to have given what they've got going here, I get to sack the treasure. It turns on Revolt for Fatal Push. And boom, down goes the Angel. 1 mana. My 1 mana to their 4 mana. I will definitely loot, discard a mountain. Then if they don't do that, I'm going to play a post-combat Dothi Voidwalker. Oh, they didn't have it. They didn't have anything. Oh, okay. I didn't really anticipate that, but let's play a Voidwalker. I guess they could play Resto end of turn. Maybe this was greedy? Yeah, that was probably... Oh, the Wandering Emperor. Okay. Okay, this is going to work out a little less well than I had hoped. Maybe I should have just left Fatal Push up. I probably got a bit excited. The good thing is if they want to kill Duretti, which I think they have to, they don't get to untap all their lands. Okay, Selfless Spirit, sure. This is still quite winnable. I did make it a little harder on myself by not leaving up Fatal Push for the Samurai token, though. Oh, I'm also going to get to cast Wandering Emperor next turn, probably. Oh, we'll see, actually. Oh, they're attacking me? Okay, I don't think that's going to work out as well as attacking the Duretti, but we'll see what their last card is, I guess. Because now Duretti can kill the Sword of Feast and Famine by sacking the token. So that, yeah. I probably got a little ambitious by playing Dothi Voidwalker. In fact, I definitely did. There was just no point to do that. But the way things worked out, it actually might be better for me because losing Fatal Push isn't the end of the world. And this looks pretty good. Okay, they're going to exile my Dothi Voidwalker, probably. Okay, I think this is actually all fine. I mean, they get to draw a card. If they draw Dismember off this, I'm going to lose it. Let's see. So I think I Dreadbore the Self. I want to hit them with Smuggler's Copter, I think. I guess I let them have Wandering Emperor because it's just not the end of the world. So let's go Dreadbore on Selfless Spirit. You can sack it, whatever. Yeah. I mean, I'm not attacking on the ground anyway. Crew Smuggler's Copter with the Construct token. Attack my opponent's face. They don't have Dismember because they wouldn't have let me attack. Oh, Chain Lightning. Perfect. I get to take everything down then. Now, draw a card. Or get the Dothi Voidwalker back. Actually, I'm going to Chain Lightning the Wandering Emperor. And I actually don't think I minus Duretti here. I think I just make, I'm at 12? Yeah, I think I just make a Defender. Because this way they can't even get the Monarchy back. Because I have now 3 blockers. Remember, the Dathi Voidwalker can't block. My Construct token can just block whatever has the sword on it. Okay, they need to have a good card this turn. I think even like Elspeth Sun's Champion, the 6 mana one, I don't think would do it. They can force me to trade my good 2/2s for their bad 2/2s if they want. Yeah, they are going to, in fact. But that's okay. Even trading off Reflection of Kiki Jiki, I think, is totally acceptable. Oh, wait. No. This is attacking me, the Duretti. They're all attacking... Oh, this is attacking me, and these are attacking Duretti. Well, okay, I think I'll block like this. I don't care if Duretti takes some damage. I think that... It's not going to work out great for them. Now I have a Reflection token. Hero of Bladehold. Yeah, I think that's pretty beatable here. They didn't even move the sword over, so I can Duretti the hero. Oh, this has been a good game. Yeah, sure, Rashad Import me. That's fine. Okay, so how am I doing all this? I actually think I'm just going to annihilate them this turn. I think I'm just going to attack. They're at 7. Oh, that's disappointing. Honestly, I wish I could have... I was going to make a copy of Voidwalker, kill the Hero of Bladehold, play it off the Voidwalker copy, but disappointingly, I can just attack my opponent for 9 unblockable. I mean, you go for the win, obviously, but it would have been nice to go for the win in a way that, you know, I was looking forward to my synergies. Instead, I had to settle for a dub. Okay. Oof. Hey, red-black sack, I mean... I imagine part of the appeal of the red-black deck is it's pretty good against White Weenie. Look, I just have tons of ways to kill things. I never drew Goblin Bombardment, but on the plus side, it would have been bad every game, so there is that. Do I want maybe Bone Crusher over Bombardment? Let's start with the Bombardment and go from there. I don't know. Speaking of which, so this hand, if I draw a mountain on turn 2, this hand's fantastic. Magda into Rabblemaster, into Shieldred or Ophiomancer with Bombardment, great. If I don't draw a mountain, this hand becomes pretty bad. I have 9 sources. I honestly think I'm going to mulligan. Yeah, I'll keep this hand, and I think I put back Swamp. It's a little ambitious, but look, I have Shieldred, Dathi Voidwalker, and Hymn to Turok as my 3 double black cards. And Shieldred requires a 4th land, so at that point, maybe I'll have drawn a Swamp anyway. I think the combination of Fire Blast, Chain Lightning, Rabblemaster is good enough that I want all 3 to maybe try to burn them out. I think in Cube, like that first hand, I think it's worth taking one shot at just getting a really explosive hand. This hand ended up not being it, but, you know, it's still okay. White Weenie again, huh? All right. All right. We take it. Oh. Okay, let's go Smuggler's Copter. That's a fantastic draw on turn 2. Wow. Plus, the good thing about Giver of Runes, why it's so much less obnoxious than Mother of Runes, this only protects other creatures. So at some point, I'll Chain Lightning the Giver of Runes. It doesn't have to be now. Okay, white-black maybe? Stoneforge Mystic. Okay, well, if they get like a Cauldron Complete or something, that'd be kind of annoying because I can't kill the Mother of Runes thanks to the Giver of Runes. And they did get Cauldron Complete. 5/5 first strike trample indestructible haste, huh? Oh my god. I don't really have outs to that. Dang. I mean, I do, but they're really painful. It's spending my whole turn to Chain Lightning the Giver of Runes and Fire Blast the Stoneforge Mystic. No, I can't do that. I can't do that. I'm going to play Fable. I'm going to attack with the Smuggler's Copter, and I'm going to try to race them because it's going to be a fool's errand probably, but I don't think I can... Throwing them a whole board is like a guaranteed loss. This, I still have the ability to try and win. Mox doesn't do it. Mox would have been nice a few turns ago. Doesn't do it for me here. Okay, well I have 7 points in my hand, so they're effectively at 10 now. They're going to use their turn. This doesn't have... It doesn't have Vigilance. So they're going to get to Stoneforge, attack with a 5/5. Also, if I draw a Fatal Push, I could kill the Germ token, right? No, it is indestructible. If I draw Duretti, I can kill the Cauldra. That is something. Okay. Well, it's 5 on the ground a turn. Let's go from here. They need to not have other play. Oh my God, no. Okay, that's annoying, but not the end of the world. Let's draw Dothy Voidwalker. Interesting. I can't discard either burn spell, so the question is, do I discard... I think I discard the Rabble Master and keep the Voidwalker, because I might play that. No, I probably won't play that, because I have to crew with this thing. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have even kept the Voidwalker. Maybe I should have just kept the Rabble Master. The Rabble Master doesn't do that much. I was kind of hoping to draw a black source so I can play Voidwalker this turn. Jadar. Maybe I'll end up discarding the Voidwalker. Maybe I should have just not kept it. Yeah, if I'm not playing it this turn, I feel like I'm probably not playing it. Yeah. I was hoping to draw either a black source or a creature, and I drew Jadar too late, because then I couldn't attack with this. It doesn't really change the clock. Let's just Thoughtseize. Palace Jailer, Elite Spellbinder. Oh my God. All bad. I actually think I have to take the Elite Spellbinder, because the problem is if I take the Palace Jailer, then Elite Spellbinder takes Fire Blast, and I can't... Oh, I guess I can cast it by paying 2. Maybe I should have done that. But the other thing is I'm also going to be able to free, or not free this because it's going to go forever, but hit them and get Monarchy back at some point here. I think I'm going to lose this game regardless. Like, Giver into Stoneforge, into this or Batterskull. Either one would have been really hard. Also, Elite Spellbinder is a 3/1 flying blocker, which I really don't like. Okay, I take it. Don't have a choice. Yeah, I mean, whether I kept Rabble Master or Voidwalker, it actually didn't matter. I think Voidwalker gave me the best outs, but it didn't matter that much. Yeah, Palace Jailer, my thing. I'm at 6, basically at 1. I have to block all those. I have 7 points. I have 10 points, so how can I draw 4 points of damage? I don't think I can. Mayhem Devil is only 2 points of damage. But I guess we'll see, right? We'll crew this and see if we can assemble a second copy of Fire Blast. It's really close. But no, we're dead. Okay. Where? They have Stoneforge. They have Stoneforge. I guess I'm probably obliged to bring Wear and Bone Crusher in. Was their curve low enough? I'm going to take out Fire Blast again for the same reason as last time. Was their curve low enough that maybe I don't want him to Turok? Thoughtseize still probably seems fine. They're playing blue also. They probably have like a Fracture Identity or something. I'll leave the Hand Disruption in for now. And... okay, Goblin Bombardment. Sorry, amigo, but you gotta go. I think I do need the Wear Tear. They're gonna have a target often enough to kill it, and killing the Cauldron Complete is, I think, good enough that is just necessary to have that card in. Plus, I have a Caracas. Maybe I could cast Tear on something. You never know. I haven't played against anyone where Direfleet Daredevil would be good yet. Also, mulliganing every game doesn't help too much. Oh, well, this is a good hand. Keep this. Oh, perfect. Let's just put Chromox back. Turn 1 Magda. Come on, don't have a turn 1 removal spell. Because if they don't have the turn 1 removal spell, I basically just unmulliganed off Magda because it draws me a land every turn. Not a permanent land, but enough that I can Chain Lightning their 1-drop attack and play Jadar. It's unfortunate. I am going to kill the Thraben Inspector, though. Getting a treasure out of the deal is that good. All right. Because this also opens the door for Magda attacking next turn. It's going to be really annoying if they have Solitude here. All right. And then let's play Smuggler's Copter. Oh, and Smuggler's Copter is actually incredible here. You know why? Mogda works when it becomes tapped, not just when it attacks. So now, even if they play a ground blocker, Copter Mogda just gets to pop off here. Lion Sash? I'd be lying if I said I cared about that. Let's just crew this. Let's not bother killing the Lion Sash. Don't really care about getting 2 points of damage in. Actually, I wouldn't even get 2 points of damage in because I couldn't Fatal Push and Jadar at the same time. This is actually a tough decision. There are 5 cards. I think I discard Jadar here. Fatal Push is going to be too good, and then I really want to hymn them this turn. I haven't seen a reason not to get Badlands here. Like, haven't seen a Wasteland or anything. All right, Badlands and hymn you. 2 plains. That could be good or could be bad. I don't really know yet. If they don't play a land this turn, the hymn is very good. If they do play a land, then I probably wish I had just hit spells. I'm on low resources here, but I'm generating a treasure every turn and I'm looting every turn. And this deck really kind of tops out at 3. Oh, the hymn was good. The hymn was indeed good. Even if they play a land now after cracking that clue, the hymn really got some value. And they don't even attack here. Do I? No, I still don't really do that because I still need to crew the Copter. All right. And I can discard lands now because now I'm stacking up treasures. All right, Hymn to Turok really pulling its weight. Attack with Copter. Yeah, this is great. Yawgmoth's going to be really good here. Mogda really doing the thing. Yawgmoth, and then now, even if they have something, maybe I can sack Mogda to kill Lion Sash and draw a card. I am giving them the opportunity to save Lion Sash in response by letting them untap, but they're short on mana. They're not going to be able to do too much. Plus, I can just Fatal Push it if I need to. Smuggler's Copter, of course, has been incredible all these games, but that's just because it's an incredible Magic card. Mogda also really pulling its weight. Okay, they drew a land. A good land, too. A white-black land. So what's the worst thing for me? Maybe if they like Council's Judgment the Yawgmoth or something. Still leaves me in a pretty good position. That is not bad for me at all. That I probably am going to make the treasure and then sack the treasure to Fatal Push the Guardian is my guess. And then hit them for 5. Yeah, let's crew off Mogda still. And I'm not going to play the land. I am going to attack first because I want to loot before deciding what I want to do about that angel. Oh, this is working out so perfectly. Hold on. Sack this for black. Fatal Push the Guardian. They go to 7, and I play Duretti and make a token, which then works with Yawgmoth. Goblin Bombardment seems like mostly garbage, but, you know, given the way these games have played out, every turn I've kind of been asking myself as a test, would I be happy if I drew Goblin Bombardment? The answer has basically been no so far, but that doesn't mean that the card has 0 utility. I've also been playing, oh wow, that's an aggressive block, but I'll take it. I've also been playing these really grindy Smuggler's Copter games where Smuggler's Copter really means that any excess material is quickly discarded, so you end up with exactly only the stuff you want. So these games haven't been going long. I've been playing these like scrappy games against White Weenie here. Hymn to Turok really just did a number on them, discarding 2 planes. Oh, there's the Council's Judgment. I assume they're going to hit Yawgmoth. I think either way, I'm going to sack the Construct to draw a card here. Okay, now they can Yawgmoth. Or Council's Judgment, yeah, they did hit the Yawgmoth, unsurprisingly. Now I get to attack them for 5, though, because I get to make a token, crew it with the Construct, attack. The Gargadon actually is not a terrible draw. It's a little late in the game to draw Gargadon, but I think it's still going to work out fine. Discard Mountain here. because it's going to take 9 permanents next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, let's not play the land, though. The reason I want to not play the land is discard it to Copter, even if maybe I could end up with Garg. Also, it didn't matter. They were really dead. Okay. Without Gumbobarn in my deck, I'm also a lot more skeptical of Chandra here. Lingering Souls. Yeah, still probably not worth the splash. Same with Baleful Strikes. Mutavault. My colors are pretty intense for Mutavault. Do I want this Hymn to Turok? I still think so. Look, if you draw it in the first 4 turns of the game, it's pretty good. After that, it gets a little worse, but I have a Fable and a Smuggler's Copter as ways to kind of discard it if it comes down to it. Oh, they have a Lion Sash. That's another target for destroy target artifact. Where? Good to know. Is it possible that I don't want Robber of the Rich on the draw? That is also possible. Maybe Luris to replay what? Dothi, Voidwalker, Magda, Jadar. No, that's still not enough. Not enough things for Luris, probably. And I didn't see any spells for Direfleet, Daredevil. There's also Beaumont Courier, but I don't like it against decks with creatures. This I'd side in against like a control deck or something. Maybe just, I could put in a Plains and put in Lingering Souls. Lingering Souls is a strong card. No, I think I like this. Robber of the Rich is kind of on the bottom end here, but I think it's good enough. Okay. Really would like a 2-drop because this hand is a little chunky, but I'm not going to mulligan this. This has turn 1 Suspend Dark Gargadon, turn 2 Lelia. Obviously, if I draw like a Magda or something, that would be fantastic. But turn 2 Lelia is a good start. And turn 1 Gargadon is also nice because that means around turn 5, you start having the option of just always being able to bring this in. Okay. Oh, there's Jadar. Yeah, we'll do turn 1 Jadar instead. I know we're missing out on Gargadon equity, but with a Yawgmoth in hand that I could potentially play on turn 3, having a Jadar in play is already good. Is really good because Lelia is speaking for my turn 2 mana probably. If they have something, they have something. Okay. I can't really hit anything I could play, so kind of a rebuilding turn for Lelia. But now look, they're already in so much trouble. This is what happens when you keep slow hands. They didn't play a card on turn 1 or 2. And now I have 6 power in play. I mean, yes, I had a Mox, but this is why I mulligan pretty aggressively. Now, Lingering Souls, yeah, that is not going to get them out of this in any way, shape, or form. So this is kind of awkward because I want to get my extra card. I guess I'm going to lock in the guaranteed extra card here. So what I mean is, normally the play pattern with Lelia is to attack before playing a land. Or playing a spell, because whatever you flip, you get to play. But if I play Yawgmoth first, I can sacrifice this Decayed Zombie token. I'm going to put End of Combat Stop on just in case, so I think it'll give me priority anyway. And that locks in an extra card versus maybe being able to play the Lelia card. So plus, it also means I'm spending my mana playing Thran or Yawgmoth this turn, Thran position, which I think is a better play than most of the things I could flip off Lelia. Chrome Mox I wouldn't mind. Yeah, Rabblemaster. See, like, would I want to play a post-combat Rabblemaster here? Not really. Okay, they're going to chump Lelia and then take 2. Oh, they're going to double chump. Yeah, I mean, the double chump is good because I'm already sacking Yawgmoth. And sack this to draw a card. Okay, and then zombie goes away, and then end of turn, boom. And the Rabblemaster's gone, but that's okay. And now they're again in just a ton of trouble. Every turn I'm getting more ahead. Lelia's not even drawing me extra cards. She's just being very large. Elite Spellbinder, sure. They can get the Gargadon. I can never play it. They can also, they're probably going to have to take Shieldred, because otherwise I'd play Shieldred next turn. But now they're just completely screwed. Like, this game's over. They didn't even play a land? Yeah, no, we're done here. I have 4 cards in hand. Let's go Roberto. Attack. And I'm probably gonna sack the zombie token before blocks here, so I'm going to attack with Jadar, but I kind of want to see what my various exiling cards have to say. I exiled Stoneforge Mystic. Well, I don't have any equipment. And I exiled, did I exile Fatal Push? Exiled Swamp. Alright, so let's Yawgmoth, sacking the zombie token. Draw a Dothy Voidwalker, nice. Okay. And end of combat, sack the zombie, play the swamp. Oh, this is still end of combat. Hold on. Take my stop off. Play swamp. And then I think it's pretty clear I play Copter. Playing another creature when they could just Wrath me next turn doesn't seem like a good idea. And then now, even if they Wrath me, I'm attacking them with Smuggler's Copter next turn. Also, if I draw a land, I'll play Shieldred, and I will draw a land because if they Wrath, I'm sacking my whole board to Yawgmoth to draw 4 cards. So another easy dub in that match, game 3, though the first 2 games were tough. I mean, game 2 could have easily gone a different way. If I didn't him 2 lands, who knows? Maybe they go, you know, turn 3 Skyclave, turn 4 Palace Jailer, or whatever. You know what? I'm sorry. Goblin Boardman has to go. I don't know what the circumstances are that I'd want to break it in, but I'm playing Bone Crusher instead. There's not been a turn of any game where Goblin Bombardment is the card I want to draw. So I'm not disliking the red-black sack like Yawgmoth. I think Gargadon, despite not ever entering the battlefield, isn't bad. Mayhem Devil would have been decent a lot of these games. Goblin Bombardment just has seemed way too low power level. Maybe if you're like some sort of Jund, Deranged Hermit, Mayhem Devil Brew or something. All right, I'm on the play. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to keep this hand. This hand is a little bit slow. If they, like, it doesn't have a removal spell, actually, so I shouldn't say it's slow. It's got a 2-drop on the play here. But, oh, whew, Chrome Mox. This is why we put Chrome Mox in our deck. Wow. All right. It's actually not obvious what to exile. I'm definitely playing Lelia this turn, so I'm going to exile something else. If I exile one of my black cards, it opens the door to playing the other black card. I think against mono green, kind of want to exile the Dothy Voidwalker and him them next turn. So let's exile Dothy Voidwalker, Lelia, and my weakest card is probably Fire Blast currently, but the problem is exiling a red card there, I think, is worse than exiling a black card. Hitmox Sapphire is my only play. Oh, there goes a swamp, but that's okay. We got the second black all rolled up. Like, Fire Blast is the card I'm gonna play the furthest from now, but oh no, black. I like that a lot less. Don't kill my Lelia. Oh, Sylvan Library. I don't care about that. That's fine. That does make my Hymn to Turok a little worse. Now I kind of wish I had kept Voidwalker, but all right, a land would be really, truly excellent here. All right, even Swamp is still just completely fine. Okay, let's hymn you and then play Mogda, which is why I was opening the door to playing 2 spells. Oh, I hit Channel and Ren and Realmbreaker. Okay, I guess I'm pretty happy then. I mean, Channel wasn't going to be that good. Neither was Ren and Realmbreaker, but because I've already done 7 damage to them. But it's possible they could go Channel, like play an 8-drop or something. They clearly can't afford to pay life on Sylvan. I think they're pretty dead here. I guess if they kill my Lelia, they're not. If their play this turn is Maelstrom Pulse Lelia or something. But if they don't kill Lelia, I don't have high hopes for their future. Oh yeah, they're not killing Lelia. So now I have infinite mana. Well, truly infinite mana. But if they take 7 here down to 6, okay, land. I'm gonna snuff out the Ignoble. I would have been fine with them chumping, but if they're not blocking there, they must really need the mana. Don't want them to play a 5-drop this turn. Not there's that many that save them, because now they're in a position where Mogda plus Fire Blast is lethal. Though if they played a Shriek Maw, that would do it. Oh, Caracas actually is pretty good against my board, as it turns out. Because they're going to bounce Lelia here. And then they're going to go to 4 and die to Fire Blast. Okay. Let's just play the Lelia. I don't know if there's any instant speed life gain. I could just, because I can Fire Blast them by sacking 2 mountains at pretty much any point here. Might as well see another card or two. Also, it's possible I don't even have to show them Fire Blast, though. No, I'd probably keep in Fire Blast. Against anyone with Channel, Fire Blast is a way to keep them honest. They like channel an Emrakul on turn 3 or something, and you Fire Blast them out. Oh, well. Mesmeric Fiend actually does does kind of force my hand, doesn't it? Okay, get out. Still don't want Dire Fleet Daredevil. Am I more prone to want Atraxa Reanimate, given that they're playing that? I mean, they have cheap creatures still, so Chain Lightning, Fatal Push, Snuff Out are still good. Definitely want him and Thoughtseize. I think Fire Blast is actually still good here. Yeah, Bone Crusher. All right. I mean, this configuration seems fine. Really, the only thing I could think of is Wear Tear, but I don't care about... I mean, you can't really even kill Sylvan with that mana anyway. Is this a keepable hand? So here's the thing. I can exile Dreadbore, have a red-black Mox, Thoughtseize on turn 1. If I draw any land, I have Magda, Bone Crusher, and maybe Snuff Out up. I'm going to try keeping this hand. The rewards here actually seem pretty good, especially since Magda plus Mayhem Devil is a pretty good combo. I could discard on turn 1 to reanimate, but that actually sounds pretty bad, so let's not do that. Okay, exile Dreadbore, Thoughtseize you. Oh, I could Thoughtseize a big creature then reanimate it. That would be sick. Their hand is Channel Mesmeric Fiend, Maelstrom Pulse Garruk. So if I let them Mesmeric Fiend me, I guess they take Bone Crusher. Let's just take Mesmeric Fiend, and then if I don't draw a land, I can reanimate it. Also, their hand is pretty bad. They do have Maelstrom Pulse, but they don't have a third land yet because they don't have their Guy's Cradle doesn't tap for green. Partially why I wanted to take Mesmeric Fiend. Did they draw a green land? Dang. Because they're probably thinking of whether to play the swamp so I don't have more information or just play the green land because they have all these double green cards in hand. That's my guess, at least. Who knows? If I don't draw a land this turn, I have to... Oh, they drew Lotus. Oh my god. That's... Okay, well, sure. I mean, they drew Black Lotus off the top. That's usually going to be bad for you because now they get to go Garruk, Maelstrom, Pulse your Mox. Okay, well, good beats, I guess. Well, they drew Black Lotus off the top. I was even drawing the land. All right, I think we're not technically dead here because we have Snuff Out. We have some stuff. Their hand is now at least Gaia's Cradle Channel, and they get to make a beast this turn. That was just stupid, them drawing Lotus, though. Why does my opponents get a top deck? Why don't I get to top deck? Oh, well, there's a swamp. That's pretty good. I can't afford to Mesmeric Fiend here, so let's go Magda. I need them to brick like one more turn. Because one more turn is them playing a Garruk, like making a Garruk beast, and then me Bone Crushing it. I'm actually going to take the damage, even though I'm going to take more life here, because if they only have make a beast as a blocker, I can then snuff it out and attack Garruk. All right, land. Just play a land and say go. No. I could have stopped them. Oh, they have natural order too? No. I mean, I could have killed something so I could with snuff out, but I had to go for that play because this, even with Guy's Cradle out. Okay. Well, let's see what they get. We're at least getting info here. Whisperwood Elemental? Wow, okay, I can snuff that out. That was the best they could get? I quickly set a stop there. You see that? That was good. Okay. Oh, wow. Whisperwood Elemental? And then now, look, okay, I will admit maybe I do sometimes top deck. Because now I get to top deck Chain Lightning, I get to reanimate Whisperwood Elemental, and my Magda gets to attack and kill Garruk. All right. They peeled Lotus into natural order, but somehow, if Whisper, they must have maybe drawn their natural order target in the one turn in between. Nothing else makes sense to me. Okay, Wall of Roots. That's actually probably going to die unless they choose not to block with it. But if they do, oh, are they going to channel here? I don't understand. Why didn't they channel last turn? It must, well, we'll see what it is, I guess. Oh, channel Coercive Portal? I'm trying to, oh, they must have drawn Wall of Roots last turn, decided not to play it first, drawn Coercive Portal this turn. Okay. It's all like very confusing, but I think they're in a lot of trouble here. I still don't get the natural order in deck with Whisperwood being the best target. There's got to be something going on that I'm missing. Okay, they have no cards in hand. I can go Duretti -1, sack the treasure token, kill Coercive Portal. Could also kill Wall of Roots, but I think, which represents 2 mana, but I think Duretti here is going to be better. And sack the treasure token, and then at end of turn I get another token here. Okay, haven't manifested anything. It doesn't matter though. I think they're in a lot of trouble. I did not think I was going to win this game. Wow. Cheap spells. Look at all this. 1 mana, 0 mana, was 0 or 1 mana. Well, Chromok's also 0, but whatever. That's how being stuck on at 1.0 lands and most of the game 2 lands actually does the trick. And wow. We nailed it. That was a fast one. A little over an hour runtime, and got another trophy. Look, I don't trophy every draft I play. Far from it. But so far we've been running good in these recordings, and I can't say I'm complaining. The Goblin Bombardment didn't do the trick. We eventually took this one out. But look at this red-black sack deck. I had the Thrawn. Or sorry, I always call it Thrawn. I had the Yawgmoth. I had the Gargadon. We never got to see Mayhem Devil do its thing, but it was close to doing it. Also, just good red-black mid-range cards, Chain Lightning, Thoughtseize, Reanimate, Fatal Push, all these good ones. Snuff Out, if you saw that whole draft, was just amazing. And then, Magda really earned her keep. Obviously, Fable's great. Didn't really Rabblemaster, but we know that one's good. Lelia's great. Duretti's also great. So, yeah, it worked out. Had a Mox Sapphire and a Chrome Mox, and the Chrome Mox certainly earned its keep as well. Same with the Shieldred. So, thanks for watching, and remember, if you like the videos on this channel, keep coming back. I got a new video every day. Follow, like, subscribe, do all those things, and then you get to see more of my videos. And if you're here, I assume that's what you're in for. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time, and yeah, red-black sack, huh? Who knew?